So, millions of jobs are quietly disappearing, and these AI tools are the reason why. Now, that might sound like the start of a sci-fi movie, but this isn't Hollywood. It's happening right now, in real time. We've all heard the buzz about artificial intelligence, but it's moved beyond just a cool tech demo or a research paper. It's now a suite of powerful, accessible tools that are fundamentally changing the job market, one task at a time. And it's happening so fast that a lot of people aren't even seeing it coming until it's too late. This isn't about some distant future where robots are walking around. This is about specific software available today that can write, design, code, and even present better, faster, and cheaper than many humans. We're talking about roles in customer service, marketing, graphic design, and even content creation. Jobs that were considered safe creative professions. The disruption is real, and it's accelerating. It's a paradigm shift that's as big as the internet itself, and it's creating a clear divide between those who understand its power and those who don't. In this video, we're going to do a deep dive into 6 specific AI tools that are leading this charge. I'm going to show you exactly what they do, how they work, and which jobs are most at risk. This isn't about fear-mongering, it's about being informed, because understanding what's happening is the first step to adapting and making sure you're on the right side of this technological revolution. Let's get into it. Alright, first up is the one you've probably all heard of, the one that really kicked the door down and brought AI into the mainstream. ChatGPT by OpenAI. On the surface, it's a chatbot. You type in a question, it gives you an answer. Simple enough. But that description is a massive understatement. This isn't your clunky chatbot from a decade ago that could barely understand a simple command. This is a sophisticated large language model that can write code, draft legal documents, compose poetry, create entire marketing campaigns, and of course write scripts like this one. The real power here is its versatility. Think about the role of a customer service agent. A huge part of that job is answering the same set of questions over and over. An AI like ChatGPT can be trained on a company's entire knowledge base and handle thousands of customer queries simultaneously, 24/7, without getting tired or frustrated. It can escalate complex issues to a human, sure, but it can resolve the vast majority of inquiries instantly. That's a massive efficiency gain for a business. We're already seeing companies like Klarna integrate this technology directly into their customer service flow, and they've reported it's doing the equivalent work of 700 full-time agents. That's not a small number. It's a clear signal of where things are heading. The economic incentive to automate these roles is just too powerful to ignore. And it's not just about replacing, it's about augmenting, allowing smaller teams to handle a much larger volume of work. But it goes way beyond customer service. Let's talk about writers. Copywriters, content creators, technical writers, even journalists. For years, the creative process of writing was seen as uniquely human. But now, you can feed ChatGPT a simple prompt like, write a blog post about Mediterranean diet in an upbeat and encouraging tone, and it will generate a well-structured, coherent, and grammatically correct article in seconds. Is it perfect? Not always. It can lack nuance, personal experience, and that spark of genuine creativity. It can sometimes hallucinate or make up facts. But for a huge chunk of the content we see online, product descriptions, social media captions, basic articles, email newsletters, it's more than good enough, and it's getting better at an exponential rate. The difference between GPT 3.5 and GPT 4 was a leap, and GPT 5 is just around the corner. So when you see a tool that can instantly generate human-like text on any topic, you have to ask what that means for the people who are currently paid to do that. The barrier to entry for content creation has just been lowered to almost zero. A single marketer can now produce the output of an entire team of writers. That fundamentally changes the value proposition of a human writer. The focus shifts from just producing words to higher-level strategy, editing, and fact-checking. The bottom line is, any job that primarily involves manipulating text or information in a structured way is on the chopping block. From entry-level paralegals, summarizing documents, to marketing assistants crafting email blasts, ChatGPT is not just a tool, it's a potential replacement. It's a force multiplier for some, but for others, it's a direct threat to their livelihood. This is probably the single most disruptive piece of software we've seen in a decade. Next up, we're moving from text to video with a tool called Synthesia. This one is genuinely wild to see in action. Essentially, Synthesia allows you to create professional quality videos with an AI-generated avatar just by typing in a script. Let me repeat that, you type text, and a realistic-looking human presenter speaks that text on screen. You can choose from dozens of stock avatars or even create a digital twin of yourself. Think about the traditional workflow for creating a simple corporate training video. You need to hire an actor, book a studio, get a camera crew, set up lighting and sound, shoot multiple takes, and then go through a lengthy editing process. It's expensive, time-consuming, and difficult to update. If a single detail changes in the training material, you might have to reshoot the whole thing. With Synthesia, that entire process is condensed into a few clicks in a web browser. You just type your script, choose your avatar, and click generate. In a few minutes, you have a finished video. Need to update it? You just edit the text and regenerate. Need it in another language? Synthesia supports over 120 languages. You can create 50 different versions for different markets in the time it would take to set up the lights for one traditional shoot. The implications here are huge, especially for corporate communications and training. Companies spend billions of dollars every year creating internal videos for onboarding new employees, compliance training, and product updates. Synthesia offers a way to do this at a fraction of the cost and time. Why hire a professional presenter and a production crew when an AI can do it on demand, instantly, in any language? This directly impacts roles like on-camera presenters, spokespeople, and corporate trainers. The need for a human to physically stand in front of a camera and read from a teleprompter is rapidly diminishing for this type of content. We're seeing major companies like Reuters and EY already using this technology to produce video content, from news reports to internal announcements. They're leveraging it to scale their video output in a way that would be impossible with human teams alone. Of course, there are limitations. The avatars, while impressive, can still sometimes fall into the uncanny valley. The emotional range and delivery might not match that of a seasoned human actor. You're not going to be casting a Synthesia avatar in the next blockbuster movie. But for straightforward informational content, which makes up a massive portion of the video produced in the world, it is incredibly effective. The threat here is clear. It's a direct automation of a specific set of skills. The ability to look professional on camera and deliver a script clearly is being commoditized by software. Similar to ChatGPT and writers, this pushes human value up the chain. It's no longer about the delivery, it's about the script writing, the strategy behind the video, and the creative direction. But for the person whose sole job was to be the face of that content, this is a 5-alarm fire. Okay, so we've talked about a general-purpose writing AI with ChatGPT, but now let's get more specialized with a tool called Copy.ai. While ChatGPT can do a lot of things, Copy.ai is laser-focused on one specific domain: marketing and sales copy. This is the text that's designed to persuade you to do something. Click a link, buy a product, sign up for a newsletter. It's a critical part of any business, and historically it's been a highly paid, skill-intensive profession. Copy.ai takes the guesswork out of this process. It's built with specific templates for virtually every marketing need you can imagine. Need a catchy headline for a Facebook ad? There's a tool for that. Need to write a compelling product description for your e-commerce store? There's a tool for that. Blog intros, email subject lines, social media posts, website landing page copy, it's all there. You input a few details about your product and target audience, and it generates dozens of options for you to choose from. What makes this so powerful and so threatening to human copywriters is that it's trained on a massive data set of marketing copy that has been proven to work. It understands the formulas and psychological triggers that lead to conversions. It can generate copy in different tones: professional, witty, adventurous, luxurious, to match a brand's voice. It's like having a senior-level marketing copywriter on staff, available 24/7 for a low monthly fee. Think about a small business owner or a startup. They might not have the budget to hire an experienced copywriter or a marketing agency. With Copy.ai, they can generate high-quality, effective marketing materials themselves in a matter of minutes. This democratizes access to effective marketing, but it also drastically reduces the demand for entry-level and mid-level copywriters who are often hired for these exact tasks. We're seeing this play out across the industry. Marketing teams are being restructured. Instead of having a team of writers churning out copy, you might have one marketing strategist who uses Copy.ai to generate the raw material, and then they refine and edit the best options. The role shifts from pure creation to curation and optimization. The demand for sheer word production is plummeting. The tool isn't just for beginners either. Even experienced marketers use it to overcome writer's block, brainstorm different angles for a campaign, or quickly generate A/B test variations for ads. It's an incredible productivity booster. But every time one person can do the work of 5, you have to ask what happens to the other 4. The value of writing persuasive copy from scratch is being challenged head-on. So, for copywriters and digital marketers, the writing is on the wall, and it was probably generated by an AI. The need to understand strategy, branding, and data analysis is becoming more important than ever, because the act of simply writing the copy is being automated. If your main skill is turning a blank page into a persuasive ad, you're competing directly with a machine that can do it faster and, in many cases, just as effectively. Alright, let's shift gears from words to images. For a long time, the argument was that AI could handle text and data, but visual creativity, art, design, illustration, that was uniquely human. Well, that argument is officially dead, and tools like Midjourney are the reason why. Midjourney is an AI image generator that can create stunningly beautiful, complex, and photorealistic images from simple text prompts. The way it works is both simple and honestly, kind of mind-boggling. You join their Discord server, type a command/imagine, and then describe the image you want. For example, a photorealistic astronaut meditating on a neon-lit Tokyo street, cinematic lighting, 8K resolution. A few seconds later, Midjourney presents you with 4 unique interpretations of that prompt. You can then choose to upscale one, or create variations, refining it until it's exactly what you want. The quality of the images it produces is staggering. It can mimic any style imaginable, from oil painting to watercolor to 3D rendering to, yes, photorealism. This has sent a shockwave through creative industries. Graphic designers, illustrators, concept artists, and stock photographers are all looking at this and wondering about their future. Why would a company hire an illustrator for a blog post image when they can generate a dozen options in Midjourney for pennies? Think about the workflow for creating concept art for a movie or a video game. It's a long process involving skilled artists, sketching, painting, and refining ideas. Now, a creative director can sit with Midjourney and generate hundreds of visual concepts in an afternoon, exploring different styles and compositions instantly. This dramatically speeds up ideation, but it also reduces the need for a large team of concept artists. We've already seen the fallout. A Midjourney image won a state fair art competition, sparking massive controversy. Magazines have used AI-generated images for their covers. Companies are using it to create branding assets, ad visuals, and website graphics. The economic case is undeniable. It's faster, cheaper, and in some cases, the output is indistinguishable from or even superior to human-created work in the same time. This tool directly challenges the technical skill of creating an image. The years artists spend learning composition, color theory, light, and shadow can now be bypassed with a well-written prompt. The skill is shifting from the hand to the mind, from drawing ability to articulating vision in words. Prompt engineering is becoming a new art form. So, if you're a graphic designer creating logos, social media graphics, or website banners, you are in the direct line of fire. If you're a stock photographer, the market for generic photos is about to collapse. The value is no longer in technical execution, but in the unique idea, the taste, and the curation. It's a massive, fundamental shift. And hey, speaking of staying ahead of these shifts, if you want to stay informed about AI changes and future-proof your skills, make sure you hit that subscribe button for FutureLab. We're tracking this every single day so you don't have to. Let's get back into the world of audio and video, but from a different angle. This next tool, Descript, is changing the game for anyone who works with recorded media, like podcasters and video editors. The core idea behind Descript is radical and brilliant. What if you could edit audio and video just by editing a text document? Here's how it works. You upload your video or audio file to Descript. It automatically transcribes the entire thing with remarkable accuracy. But here's the magic. That transcript is now your editing timeline. If you want to cut a section of the video, you don't scrub through a timeline looking for waveforms. You just highlight the corresponding words in the transcript and hit delete. Poof! The video and audio are cut perfectly. It's an incredibly intuitive way to edit, especially for content that's dialogue-driven. It removes the steep learning curve of traditional video editing software like Premiere Pro or Final Cut. You don't need to understand complex timelines, keyframes, or audio mixing to make a clean edit. If you can edit a Word doc, you can edit a video in Descript. This lowers the barrier to entry for content creation dramatically. But it gets even crazier. Descript includes a feature called Overdub. You can create a clone of your own voice by reading a script for a few minutes. After that, if you find a mistake in your recording or want to add a new sentence, you don't have to re-record anything. You just type the new words you want to say, and Descript will generate the audio in your own cloned voice, seamlessly inserting it into the recording. It's both amazing and honestly slightly terrifying. This has profound implications for the jobs of video and audio editors. A huge part of their work, especially in corporate video or podcasting, is cleanup. Removing filler words like and cutting out mistakes and tightening up conversations. Descript can do this automatically. It has a feature that finds all the filler words in a recording and lets you delete them with a single click. A task that could take an editor an hour can now be done in seconds. So, what does this mean for the job market? For podcasters and YouTubers, it's a massive productivity tool. A single creator can now handle the editing that might have previously required hiring a freelance editor. This puts immense pressure on editors whose primary service is basic cleanup and assembly. The value they provide is being automated away. The job of the editor is, once again, being pushed up the value chain. It's less about the tedious mechanical cuts, and more about the high-level storytelling, sound design, color grading, and motion graphics. The more artistic elements that AI isn't as good at yet. But for a huge number of editing jobs that are more functional than artistic, Descript is a direct and powerful replacement. It's turning the craft of editing into a clerical task. So for our final tool, let's look at something that feels like it's straight out of the future, Runway ML. If Descript is like editing video with a Word doc, Runway is like having an entire visual effects studio inside your web browser. It's a suite of more than 30 AI-powered creative tools that are automating some of the most complex and time-consuming tasks in video production. One of its most famous features is Gen 2, which is a text-to-video model. Similar to Midjourney for images, you can type a text prompt and Runway will generate a short video clip from scratch. The quality is still evolving, but it's improving at an insane pace. You can type a drone shot flying over a futuristic city at sunset, and it will create that clip for you. This could revolutionize how B-roll and stock footage are created and used. But it's the editing tools that are having the most immediate impact. Take a feature like in-painting. Let's say you have a great video shot, but there's an unwanted object in the background, like a trash can or a person who walked into the frame. In traditional video editing, removing that would require painstaking frame-by-frame rotoscoping by a skilled VFX artist. In Runway, you just draw a mask over the object, and the AI removes it, intelligently filling in the background. A task that took hours now takes seconds. Another one is motion tracking. You can click on any object in your video, and Runway will automatically track its movement perfectly, allowing you to attach text or graphics to it. Or how about green screen? You no longer need a physical green screen to remove the background from a video. You can just upload any clip, and Runway's AI can isolate the subject from the background with a single click. These tools are a direct assault on the technical grunt work of video editing and visual effects. Jobs that were built around specialized, tedious tasks like rotoscoping, motion tracking, and keying are becoming automated features in a software suite. This empowers solo creators and small teams to achieve production values that were previously only possible for big-budget studios. The impact on content creators and video editors is multifaceted. On one hand, it's an incredible enabler, allowing them to bring more ambitious ideas to life. On the other hand, it completely devalues the specific technical skills that many editors have built their careers on. The demand for a rotoscoping artist is going to plummet when an AI can do it better and 1,000 times faster. Runway ML represents the convergence of all these AI trends, generation, editing, and effects, into a single platform. It's a glimpse into a future where content creation is more about the idea and the direction than the technical execution. It will create new creative possibilities, but it will also displace the people whose jobs were defined by the technical limitations of the past. The entire landscape of video production is being rewritten by tools like this. So, there you have it. 6 powerful AI tools that are not just changing the game, they're rewriting the rules entirely. From writing and design to video production and customer service, no industry is being left untouched. It's easy to look at this and feel a sense of dread or anxiety, and that's a completely normal reaction. The ground is shifting beneath our feet, and the skills that were valuable yesterday might not be valuable tomorrow. The pace of this change is something we've never seen before. But this isn't just a story of replacement, it's also a story of evolution. Every technological revolution, from the printing press to the internet, has caused disruption and displaced jobs. But they also created new roles, new industries, and new opportunities that were previously unimaginable. The key is to not get caught defending the old way of doing things. The focus has to shift from a world where value is based on technical execution to one where value is based on creativity, strategy, critical thinking, and a unique human perspective. The challenge for all of us is to adapt. It means becoming lifelong learners, embracing these tools as collaborators rather than competitors, and focusing on the uniquely human skills that AI can't replicate, at least not yet. This isn't a passive event we can just watch from the sidelines. It requires active participation and a willingness to reinvent ourselves. AI isn't just coming, it's already here. The question is, will you be replaced or will you evolve?